My writing routines. I have been breaking my rule about only working on one song at the time, so basically finishing my song before I move on to a new one. That means that now I have a bunch of songs that has no lyrics, no melody, and is actually just like some really nice piano chords. And I have decided to like add some lyrics to them, add some singing to them, because when I do that, I learn so much that you really just start to make sense in like this amazing wow way. It goes from like having done something that's cool to like having done something that's, whoa, did I do that? But to add lyrics to all of my songs, I need a ton of lyrics. So how I do is that I write 10 minutes every morning just after I wake up, and 10 minutes just before I go to bed. This really works wonders for me, because doing it twice a day just makes it like much more of a game instead of something difficult, something hard to do. The more I do it, and especially when I do it twice a day, I just get reminded of that I'm actually capable of doing it. I write for minimum 10 minutes at the time. If I want to continue, I can continue, of course, but I will never stop before my timer rings. And this is because I want it to be like not stressful. It's just something that I do, just like I brush my teeth twice a day. It just needs to be something that is like easy. And it is easy. And the more I do it, the more fun it gets. And the more I do it, the more I start to like enjoying it and starts to actually do it more than just those 2 times a day. But what if nothing comes to you? Like you're like just so empty, like you can't feel anything. Then for me it's just really nice to just sit there in front of my sheet, Google Drive in my example, and just like look into the white sheet and wait until the timer rings. For me it's just a break. It's just like 10 minutes where I don't do anything else than write. One way I do it is that I sit down and then I write everything that comes to me, and I mean everything that comes to me. So if I'm not in the mood to write, then I write about how I'm not in the mood. And it's really like this like one-to-one. I try to get all of my thoughts down on paper, no matter how silly or, no matter what they are. For me, it's a really good exercise into learning not to judge what I do, because often the hardest part about writing is that I'm thinking about what you guys are thinking about what I'm doing. It's not something obvious, but it's how it is. I'm thinking, is this good enough? Is this embarrassing? Is this... what is this? And then I start to think about it, and like when I start to think about it, I just limit myself so much, because no matter what, to write something I think is exciting, I need to get out there where I have no control. And I think judging is the part where I try to get control. So, in these 10 minutes, no matter how I write, I try really not to judge. So, I try not to worry about what I do. I try not to think about what others would think. And it's not easy, but the more I do it, the better I become at doing so. So, I just write everything that comes to me, and then when the timer is up, then I sometimes just do it again, because it feels really good. I don't try to have a theme. I actually just don't try on doing anything. I just write. I just get my thoughts down on paper. And then I write a ton, because the whole idea with this exercise method is that I create a lot of sentences. And then when I need to use some lyrics for a song, then I just read every sentence, and if I like it, I copy paste it onto a new piece of paper. It's extremely easy and fun, and the hardest part about doing this is that I rarely believe that this will turn into something usable, but it almost always does. And maybe I should get a tattoo which says "just do it," because it does work. Another thing that I really like to do in these 10-minute sessions is that I start with a sentence, which could be the moon, and then I just start to brainstorm, like not in a formal brainstorming way, but my brain just starts to wonder, hey, what could come afterwards, the moon? And then I just really try to empty out the moon. Or we made it to the end and really just brainstorm, what can this mean? And this was what I did this morning, and I just got reminded of a really beautiful story that I was a part of. And yeah, so you just like, you have a sentence, a word or something, and then you just start to dig into this and then write everything down. And again, don't judge, just write as much as possible. And really, if something comes to you and you think this is pathetic, foolish, stupid, or anything like that, then do it. Then really do it. This is how I try to overcome being afraid of the judgment. This is how I try to overcome judging myself, because when I do this, what I 99 times out of 100 learns is that it becomes something beautiful I really love. So it's really about just like letting go of trying to have control and then just write. And again, I write as much as possible, and then when I need to use it as a lyric, I sit down and I read through all the sentences and I copy paste what I like onto a new document. And yeah, if something is missing, then I write what I think is missing, but I just try to make it work. And yeah, in this way I just get to write lyrics in a way that is exciting for me, and I get to like have lyrics on my songs, which makes my songs like, it makes me proud. If you also have a bunch of songs, then start to write some lyrics and make a form and then just sing something, because it's such an amazing feeling to have a song with lyrics and singing on. I think it's like, I can do so many instrumentals, but I never get proud of them before I like get to the part where I have some singing. And even if it's a bad lyric or a lyric I don't like or a melody I don't like, it inspires me, because when I have done something that I know it shouldn't be, then it kind of helps me to direct me to something I want it to be. So it's really about just getting out there and doing it. And I guess the reason to why I didn't do it is because it feels so vulnerable. But that's like when something feels dangerous and vulnerable, you need to do it. Share how you write lyrics in the comment and what are your routines. For me, it's just so important to have a routine, because if I only do it a couple of times a month, then it's just much more work. There's just so much more pressure, and then it's just not as fun and exciting, and it should be fun and exciting. If you like this video, then please hit the thumbs up button and consider to subscribe to my channel. It will truly make me happy. Enjoy!